What's up, guys? Today, we're making a chocolate sponge cake. Start with 1 cup of flour. Nothing fancy, just the usual stuff. Then add 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. 1 teaspoon of baking powder. No need for a mountain here, just a nice flat teaspoon. And of course, the best part, 1 heaping tablespoon of cocoa powder. Now sift everything and give it a good mix to avoid any clumps and make sure everything's evenly distributed. You know what I love about this recipe? Most of the ingredients are probably just chilling in your kitchen right now. Flour, eggs, sugar. The only thing you might need to grab from the store is a couple of chocolate bars. Seriously, that's it. Next, we're mixing butter with milk. Toss in a bit of butter and 2 tablespoons of milk into a saucepan. Then warm it up. Keep the heat low. We're not trying to boil anything here. Just melt the butter into the milk. Once it's melted, give it a quick stir. Take it off the heat and let it sit. Now, let's prep the cake pans. Grab 2 9-inch pans and grease them up, bottom and sides, nice and generous. Oh, and slap some parchment paper on the bottom, or don't, but don't come crying to me when the cake sticks. All right, here's the important part. In a bowl, toss in 2/3 of a cup of regular white sugar. Then, throw in a pinch of salt to balance it out. Next, crack in 6 medium eggs. Now, we need to mix it all. Start off at a low speed, just enough to get the eggs and sugar combined. Then, gradually increase the speed to high. I'm not going to give you an exact time because it really depends on your mixer's power. My mixer's not the strongest, so it took me a while. But if yours is more powerful, it'll go faster. Don't worry too much about time, just keep an eye on the results. You'll know it's right when the mixture triples in size. It should be super fluffy and leave a trail on the surface when you lift the whisk. Here it is, light, fluffy, and leaving a trail when you lift the whisk. All right, time to add the dry ingredients. Use a spatula, not a whisk. A spatula lets you fold everything in gently without knocking out the air. Go slow, add the dry ingredients in batches, and fold carefully. Soft, smooth movements, like you're tucking the batter in for a nap. All right, now that the dry ingredients are mixed with the eggs, take a spoonful of batter and stir it into the melted butter until smooth. This is called tempering. It helps everything blend without deflating the batter. Slowly add the mixture, folding gently, just like with the dry ingredients. Be patient, be gentle, and you'll end up with a smooth, silky batter. Now, let's pour the batter into the pans. Make sure to spread it evenly between the 2 pans for an even bake. Place the cakes in the oven on 2 racks and bake for 30 minutes. Don't open the oven for the first 15 minutes, or the batter might deflate. Once done, turn off the oven and leave the cakes inside with the door slightly open. Now, let's make the cream. Start by separating the egg yolks from the whites. You'll need 3 yolks for this. Now, toss in some sugar, just regular white sugar. Whisk it all together until it's nice and smooth, making sure everything's evenly mixed. Next, add 3 heaping tablespoons of cornstarch. You can also throw in a teaspoon of cocoa powder, just for color. Give it all a good mix until you've got a smooth, even mixture. And this is what it should look like. Smooth, velvety, and absolutely gorgeous. Now, take 1½ cups of milk and pour it into a pan. Heat it over low heat until you see the first signs of it warming up. Tiny bubbles around the edges or a bit of steam. Take it off the heat and slowly pour it into the mixture in a thin, steady stream, whisking constantly to keep it smooth. This part is crucial because it helps temper the eggs and keeps them from scrambling. Don't dump the milk in too fast or you'll get a lumpy mess. Add it gradually to get a silky, lump-free cream. All right, now pour that mixture back into a clean saucepan. Set it on low heat. We're basically making a custard here. Keep stirring like your life depends on it because if you stop, lumps are coming for you. Let it cook for about 5 minutes, and at first, it might seem like nothing's happening, but hold tight. Soon, it's gonna thicken fast. When it does, you better whisk like a maniac. Seriously, no slacking off. The moment it thickens up, turn off the heat, but don't stop whisking until it's smooth and lump-free. While the mixture's still nice and hot, toss in the finely chopped dark chocolate, 1.5 bars. I'd suggest adding it in a couple of batches. The finer you chop it, the faster it melts and the smoother it blends in. It might seem a little thick, but hey, that's exactly what you want. Pour the mixture into a clean bowl and spread it out evenly. Finally, cover it with plastic wrap, pressing it directly against the surface of the cream to prevent a skin from forming. All right, next up, grab yourself a nice hunk of room temperature butter, about 7 ounces. Start beating it on medium speed for about 2 to 3 minutes to get a light, airy texture. The key here is the butter needs to be soft. If it's too hard, you'll end up with lumps in the cream. By the way, drop a comment below and let us all know how good of a cook you are. Share your most epic kitchen fail. Don't worry, we listen and we don't judge. Well, maybe just a little. All right, now it's time to mix our cream with the butter. Here's how you do it. Take about a spoonful or 2 of the cream and add it to the butter. Start mixing on low speed for about 10 to 20 seconds just to get the cream evenly distributed in the butter. Then add another spoonful or 2 and keep mixing. Once you've added all the cream to the butter, bump the speed up to medium. And beat for a few more minutes until you've got a smooth, airy, creamy mixture. All right, now take your cakes out of the pans. Run a knife around the edges to help loosen them. Place the first layer onto a plate or tray. Peel off the parchment paper and brush it with coffee syrup. It's optional, but I highly recommend it. You'll find the recipe for the syrup in the description below. Spread the cream evenly over the cake. Oh, if you're still watching, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss out on these ridiculously easy yet totally delicious recipes. Now add that second layer on top, give it a nice syrupy bath, and slather on more cream. I wasn't aiming for a picture-perfect cake, but this flavor, trust me, it's gonna be amazing. At this point, you can pop it in the fridge for a couple of hours to let the layers soak it all up. I let it chill in the fridge, then right before serving, I popped it in the oven for 10 minutes at 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Totally optional, but it softens the cream a bit, making it even silkier. I used the rest of the chocolate bar for a quick ganache and poured it over. Simple, fast, and so worth it. So good. So soft. Thanks to that fluffy sponge and light, airy cream. You guys definitely need to try this. Thanks for watching, folks. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more easy home recipes.